How's it going, guys? And welcome to the Mina channel. This is Let's Talk Megaten episode 22 with Thanos today as our guest. We're going to be talking about a lot of different subjects like Persona 5 Strikers. So let's go ahead and jump right into it.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Oh, sorry, you were not speaking, and I thought like my internet was kind of fucking up.
Oh, no. I'm good. Yeah, no, I totally understand where you're coming from. Yeah, it feels repetitive. But it's the same thing with all games, right? Like you said, like every single game has the core principles of the game. You know, like every game. For example, you take a masterpiece, what a lot of people call masterpiece, like God of War, for example, which a lot of people love, right? And it's very simple. You know, you have your square button for punches. And then you have a triangle button for a harder hit or whatever, and then some variations. You dodge, you jump, and then you do some combos between that, right?
But like here's the thing. Like I actually prefer repetitive gameplay over games that have like multiple pieces of gameplay. Like for example, a game I've been playing recently is Yakuza 0, and like there's a lot of gameplay like there's the main one, which is the fighting, but there's also the mini games. And I've been thinking of like 100%ing Yakuza 0, but after experiencing most of the mini games, I decided to drop 100% and just focus on the main story, and like the side, like what is it, the real estate and the cabaret club mini games, which unlock the fourth styles for Kiryu and Majima. I don't know what it is, but like I don't really enjoy games that have various types of gameplay, if you understand what I'm saying. But yeah. Okay, it got real quiet all of a sudden.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. I'm good. Yeah, I 100% agree where you're coming from. So I like that kind of stuff, but I get lost on it. That's my biggest issue with open world games. Like there's too much to do, and then I'm like, shit, I have too much to do, and I want to do everything. Because I remember when I was playing Yakuza 7, there was this whole thing where you could do real estate, and basically
there's the real estate, there's the garbage collecting mini game, there's karaoke, there's all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and like I remember like getting too invested on the real estate thing. Like you hire employees and you have things and I think. And
here's the thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, here's the thing. No, sorry. I'll let you finish.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I just got to the point that I spent maybe like 20 hours just on that alone, and I was like, I forgot about the story and everything. I was just playing that, and I was like, oh man, I just got so invested in it. Like I had even already beat the part that I needed to beat to unlock a character, because you can unlock a character through that. And I was still like doing it, and I was like, man, I'm just putting so much hours in it. And
that's the thing with Yakuza games. Like there's so much side content, you get sidetracked from the main story.
Yeah, definitely.
Totally. Here's the thing. I don't mind having a lot of stuff to do in an open world game. I mean, after all, you can't have an open world game being fucking empty. You know?
Right.
That would just simply not get the players excited for stuff to do. Like they think it would be too boring.
No, 100%. I totally agree with you. And I think Persona 5 Strikers, which is what we were talking about, did have a good start there, because it makes you feel like there's like an openness to it, like an open worldness to it. But literally, if you go, it's just like a strip mall, right? It's just like a strip section where you can kind of hang out and everything. But because they talk about how cool the place is, and when it's at night and you actually go to like the dungeon or whatever, you can actually explore the city. It's kind of like a weird situation, right? Because when you're not in the thing, you can only start like a really small section.
You can only look at the entire city when you're in the jail, and not when in the real world.
So I thought it was like an interesting concept, because it makes you feel like this is a huge city, you know, like you're in this huge city and everything. But in reality, you only have like so little of it to explore. So it's really smart. Like it really tricks you into like thinking like, oh man, this is a huge city and everything. Because whenever you're in a dungeon, you're literally exploring the entire city.
I'm gonna be honest. Like in the later dungeons in the game, the city in reality kind of expand. The cities in the reality kind of expand.
Yeah.
So you have more stuff to explore.
Yeah.
But it's still just stores to resupply on items and cooking supplies.
Yeah, it's just a layout.
But I appreciate that there's a lot of stores, a lot of objects.
Yeah, 100%. There's a lot of stuff. I appreciated it a lot. I love when games kind of try to like show you different places and everything. And this game is basically just a journey across Japan, just different cities. It's just a good time, just kind of showing you what's out there in Japan and everything. It's almost like this game was like pushing towards like getting tourism. Like, oh, you know, look at all these cool cities you can look in Japan or whatever. Because there's more than just Tokyo. And I don't know if people know just Tokyo because of all the games or anime or something. But yeah, this game does a good job of kind of like showing all the cool cities in Japan and everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like Persona 5 Strikers is one of the best Persona games I've been played, and it's a spin-off.
Yeah,
There's one thing that bothers me about this game, and I'm pretty sure you know where I'm going with this. It's the goddamn hot spring scene. Like Persona 5 and Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal did not do it, so obviously the spin-off had to do it. So they added two. One where it's actually pretty decent, and the second one,
and the second one, which is the exact same worst thing.
Like the funny thing is, it takes place in Kyoto, where the Persona 3 hot spring scene took place.
Yeah.
Like the funny thing is, like I legitimately skipped the scene. Like I legit did not want to see that shit. It's a good thing. It gives you the option.
Did you really just skip it?
I really just skipped the hot spring scene because I did not want to see that shit.
Yeah. I guess
rather than just make fucking a 5-tweet thread on Twitter about why these scenes suck, and that allows us to get a better sense of humor. I just skipped the scene and ignored its existence.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. It can be pretty annoying, especially because you're like, I don't know, like there's a hot spring scenes in like every anime ever. I'm pretty sure there's always one.
I understand that's Japan's humor, and humor is subjective. But we're Westerners. That same thing of humor does not apply to us. But hey, we can skip it. It gives us the option to skip it. So I'm not complaining.
You can just skip it and move on with your life. Yeah, I agree with that. You don't always have to sit through certain scenes if you don't feel comfortable with them. That's about everything, really, right? There's some scenes you think about them. You're like, this kind of sucks. I'm just gonna move on and not worry about it too much. There's a couple of scenes in Persona 5 that made me feel like that. I was like, okay, well, this is a pretty shit scene, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I'm just gonna move on. I remember there was one about there's these two gay dudes that come to Ryuji or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there's two. Yeah, that scene.
Yeah,
I remember when Resetera lost their shit over that.
Yeah, and I get it. Yeah. It's a very unbearable scene to see through. Like it's just pretty homophobic, right? So it's kind of you just sit through it and you're like, oh man, I really wish I could skip to this one because you really can't. You kind of just have to.
But I mean, you have the speed button.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I did. Yeah, just
speed through the dialogue and ignore it.
Yeah,
just speed through the dialogue and ignore it.
Yeah. So whenever I hear people are like, oh, they're censoring Persona, and then you hear that it's a scene, I'm like, yo, there's better use of your time out there. I'm sure there's some other time that you could utilize your time a little bit better. So I don't know. It's just kind of weird, man. It is what it is. I tend to not want to dwell too much in that kind of shit. I just move on with my life. There's other stuff that I can worry about. But yeah, so you're almost done with Persona 5 Strikers now?
Yeah, I just need to do my second New Game Plus run and then then try out Merciless and try to survive there, and maybe then I'll probably be done with it.
Right on. Yeah, Merciless is pretty unfair. Even at level 99, you will still die a few times. I remember it was really funny because I had just started the stream for New Game Plus, and I was already level 99. So I turned around because I wanted to do something, and I forgot there's like this introduction tutorial. You know, the very beginning of the game, whenever you first start, there's like you fight a bunch of shadows, right? So I didn't even think about it, but I was like, I just turned around, look at my phone for a second because I was waiting for that screen to load, and I look and I died, and I was like, how the fuck did I die? I just looked at my phone for 2 seconds, and I was like, oh.
And then you realize the enemies on Merciless start from level 70 instead of level 1.
Yeah, that's when I was like, what the fuck is this going on here? So I had.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because I decided to try out Merciless, but then I loaded my save again and started a normal run. And so like I decided to try Merciless in like the very first battle, like when you start the game.
Yeah.
I had this item that gives you Enduring Soul because I didn't have Enduring Soul in my persona, so I just wear the accessory. And I almost died. I almost fucking died in the first battle, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
so then I realized the enemies are level 70, so then I loaded my save and tried a normal run instead.
Oh, I see this, man. It's pretty.
I was not prepared.
Yeah,
I was not prepared.
Yeah, and it's cool. I actually enjoy when games do that to you, because you're like, oh, you know, like you have to be prepared for Merciless. But Merciless is actually Merciless there, which is not the case in Persona 5 Royal. It's just all broken and stuff.
Like Merciless and Strikers, like it makes Merciless and Royal look like a fucking joke, like a goddamn knee slapper.
Yeah, no, it really is. It's a.
I remember watching Oziak's video on Royal Okumura's Palace, and he said that Merciless is actually like the easiest difficulty in the game.
Yeah, so
Merciless and Strikers is actually the hardest.
Have you played Royals yet? I know you.
No,
you don't have a PS4, right?
I have a PS4, yeah, I got it by pure fucking luck.
Oh!
As Twitter budget, I'm lucky as fuck. Yeah, I recall I told you this, but in case you don't remember.
Oh yeah, on Twitter, so somebody gave it to you or something?
Yeah, back in Easter, during Easter, a friend of my dad's just gave us his PS4 and 23 games, and the PlayStation VR, all for free, with no exchange. He just gave all that shit to us, for free.
And that's sweet.
And
that's super good. Like, that's good stuff right there.
Yeah. Here's the thing, I have a PS3, and I also got that one for free, but I never said that.
Oh shit! Really?
Said it's not. Yeah, like most of the consoles I've gotten, they're for free. Like the only other console I said I got free on Twitter is my Nintendo DSi, which, in case you haven't seen it, I basically helped my friend build a. You're familiar with Lego Bionicles, right?
Yeah.
So you know how, like, in their Lego Star Wars, in the Lego Star Wars series, there's like a bunch of figures that resemble Bionicles.
Yeah.
So basically, I helped my friend build one of those, and in exchange, he gave me his Nintendo DSi.
Oh, right on, dude.
Yeah, I helped him build a Lego figure, like a mini scale figure, and he gave me his DSi. My luck is insane. My luck is insane sometimes.
Yeah, out of curiosity, what figure was he trying to replicate from Star Wars?
Yeah, hold on. Let me find it real quick. I don't exactly remember its name, but like if I can find an image, I'll send it in our chat.
I feel like I know which character it will be, because I feel like he does look like a lot like a Bionicle, but I wanna hold my guess.
Let me remember. It's the Scarif Stormtrooper. Here, let me send you an image on Discord. It's the one that's kind of beige looking.
Yeah. Okay.
At least according to the image. Yeah, I helped him. I built that for him, and he gave me his Nintendo DSi.
Nice. Yeah, Bionicles are cool back in the day. Oh, look at that. That's cool as shit.
Yeah, you think you can like put the image on like the video when you upload it on YouTube or something?
Yeah, I can go ahead and put it right now, actually.
Nice. Wait, so like those podcast videos you do them as live streams?
I really stream. I'll record them and then I edit them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I don't stream it live. Like it's not streaming right now, but I record everything and then I edit it at the end. Like.
Yeah.
Takes me like a day or two to
Yeah,
edit.
because like, sorry, so, yeah. I assumed wrongfully because you said you will put the image right now, and I thought, oh shit, are you streaming right now?
Oh no, but I do it right away because I like that way I forget it. I forget it later, which I already did actually. I dragged it there and I put it there. But yeah, it's a really simple process actually. I used OBS, and it has a studio mode, so you can kind of add stuff as you go and everything on the screen. So yeah, if you want to show somebody, sometimes I did the craziest stream that I did was I did a what was it, like a 20 what is it? It was the 2021 games of the year, like the games so far, not the whole game of the year, but like a mid game of, like in July, kind of like all the play half of the year kind of thing. And so I did that with one of my friends. And what I was doing is I was switching between the gameplay for every game so far. So when we were talking about a game, I was flipping to the gameplay of that game and everything. So I was literally talking and I was like pulling the gameplay together and like switching over and everything. It was pretty fun, but it was also a lot of like editing on the spot and everything. But it was pretty cool because I like that kind of stuff. I actually really enjoy editing, and I enjoy editing more than the actually process of like talking on the camera. Like I'm not a really personable person. Does that make sense? Like I'm not like a
very talkative.
Very talkative, yeah. So on the channel, so when I do the videos and everything, I always like I'll obviously have to talk in the video. Like that's the number one thing, right? My videos are about discussion topics, so like I have to talk, right? So like whenever I edit my videos, I put myself on mute and I do everything else. Like I do all the editing, but I don't listen to myself until like the very end. I edit my voice a little bit and everything, and then also I just look at it. I'm like, okay, it looks good. Like it's fine. It's good to go and everything. Yeah. So to me, I'm like, I don't know. I sometimes I feel like I don't. I should listen to my voice, but I hate it. I hate listening to my voice. I don't know. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I can feel it there. Like back when I was like 12 to 14. I used to make some random recordings of my voice just to see what I actually sound like, and then I listened to them. And I was like, "The fuck is that? What I actually sound like?" Yeah, I used to hate my voice as well, but like after a while, I got used to it.
You will think that
I get like here's the thing. I get used to things pretty quickly. Like
Yeah, it's understandable. I think most people do. I just really don't like my voice. And it's funny because I've been doing YouTube for like 2 years now, so like you will think that at this point I kind of have an idea of my voice and everything, but I still just don't. For some reason, I just don't. But yeah, I mean it is what it is. It's part of the YouTube grind there. So what do you do in your YouTube channel?
I just make random animations, like for like fun, like something to like spend my time.
Yeah. I noticed
really,
you do a lot of
it's really
designs
it's not very serious videos. It's like shit posts, like actual shit posts. I haven't made any actual serious videos on this.
Yeah.
Well, aside from like the only video I'm actually proud of is like Kicker Cringe with Makoto Yuki. Like that's basically what people remember me for. Kicker Cringe with Makoto Yuki. Like that's the one thing I'm universally known for. Christ.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. The people make different kind of content. As long as you make some kind of content, I feel like it's always like cool. And I know you do. I think my most popular video on my YouTube channel is like, like the let's go something like with the shot. You know that meme? Like there's one guy. Like say, let's go, then a video with like a SpongeBob title card. And it has the N-word, and the guy's like, N-words! And I think I see it.
Yeah, so I basically made my rendition of it, but it's Rise and the SpongeBob title card is just simp. And it's currently at 7,000 views with 633 likes. It's like my most popular video.
Hey, you know, nothing wrong with that. Those videos, I realized that memes on YouTube just do well on YouTube. They just really do.
Yeah, like when you do a meme when it's like on trend, like it's very new, it usually gets a lot more views, and that's what I did back when with Kecker Cringe on Makoto Yuki, back when Kecker Cringe was like a popular thing to do.
Yeah.
Like was it last year? Was it 2019, 2020? I don't quite remember, but yeah, it got very popular before my old channel got like deleted by Google.
Oh, it got deleted?
Yeah, like my old account, my old YouTube channel got fucking deleted.
Oh man, that sucks.
I don't exactly remember the reason why it was deleted. Google never specified.
They never told you. You just gotta do it.
They just shut down my old email, and that was that.
Oh, that's pretty shit. I'm always afraid of that kind of stuff, to be honest. Like, I'm always afraid, like, what if Google accidentally deletes my channel, or I do something and then Google's like, oh, we're gonna delete your channel, you know, or something.
I think it was because like.
No, I totally understand. You know, we move on from this stuff. Sometimes it happens. You know, I started a bunch of channels like a while ago, and sometimes shit it happens. You know, and the channel's not good
stuff just happens.
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
Just happens.
So that's what it is. It's part of the. It's part of what it is, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, man, I really just wanna have like a good video. I like videos that do good on the channel and everything. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And you're doing now new stuff on your new channel. You're like doing more original content, I guess, with your stuff and everything, right?
Well, original content as original as you can get, really. it's still Persona related.
Yeah. Understandable. I see that.
But yeah, like, you know, it's really weird because I've been in this fandom for like almost 4 years now, and I didn't even realize it. I've been here since like 2019, and it's almost 2022 now. I'm like, shit, the time passed like that fast. Yeah, like.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but like, whenever I'm part of a fandom for more than 1 or 2 years, time just fucking flies.
Right, I agree. Yeah, it time flies super fast. Oh, sorry about that. I was waiting for my food and it fucking arrived, and I'm like trying to figure out what happened. I'm like, what the hell? Where's my food? And I saw that they took a picture of the food, and it's not outside, and I'm like, what the hell happened? And then the only thing that it's telling me is to contact the driver. I'm like, I'm not gonna contact the driver. I know they delivered the food because I see a picture of it, you know? But the food isn't fucking outside.
It will come eventually. It will come eventually.
No, I think it was stolen. That's what it is.
Well, who the fuck steals someone else's food? What kind of dick move is that?
They've done it to me a few times here at this place that I live now. My food's been stolen a few times. It's kind of like, I will understand if we were like in a third world country and people were like starving or something, but like it's fucking. I live in like an okay area. Like, it's not like people are like starving or anything here. Like, I don't think we have a lot of homeless people either. So it's just some fucker trying to eat my food. It's like, oh, there's food, there's breakfast right there. I'm gonna go ahead and steal it. What the fuck, hell, man? It's so annoying. I'm so mad. I'm like pretty pissed because I was really excited for my food. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this food and it's gonna be great and everything. My girlfriend's so here like, fuck. Because I woke her up to get her breakfast and everything.
Is it really that fucking... Is it really that fucked up over there? Damn.
Yeah.
You just told me. It just told me they've stolen more than once.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Dude, and not just food, packages too. Like, my packages get stolen all the time from Amazon and stuff. Like, it got into the point that I have to order my stuff to a third-party locker. Like I had to get one of those Amazon locker things because my package gets stolen all the time. I'm like,
Jesus.
what the fuck kind of third world country we live in where people are stealing packages? You want to steal my underwear or my pants? Because I don't go out.
Well,
I don't go out. Yeah.
Okay, look, you said you live in Australia, man.
What was that?
No, wait, didn't you say you live in Australia?
Oh, no. I live in the U.S. No.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. No.
Right, you live in the States.
Yeah.
You live in the States. And they steal your shit over there.
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised.
Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen? There's this guy on YouTube that does this crazy stuff where he puts packages on places so people will steal them, and they are basically like this how do you say? They're like these trap bombs that have like glitter bombs with like stinky smell on them and whatever.
Yeah. I think I've seen a few videos of this before.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called, but the guy basically.
I think he was called like Mark Robber. I could be wrong.
Yeah. So he's a NASA engineer.
I just searched glitter bomb. And all the videos are from Mark Robber. Glitter Bomb 1.0 versus Porch Pirates. Catches phone scammer who gets arrested. Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy went deep cut. Like at first he went to get back at the people that were stealing his packages, but then he started to send them to other places. And
wait. Did you say like he's a NASA engineer? Because I'm looking at his description and he says he's a former NASA and Apple engineer.
Yeah.
Like, this guy used to work for fucking Apple.
Yeah, so like he uses like a bunch of phones. Actually, his design is like this weird looking thing. It looks like a small helicopter, and like a square thing. And then he has a bunch of phones there, so he can see everything that they see. And and he has like 4 GPS trackers, obviously from the phones. And then there's like the glitter bomb part, and there's this stinky smell thing part that he has. So whenever people open it, it just smells, and he starts like yelling. Oh, I think he has like speakers too, so they he makes police noises too, like he's calling the police or something like that to freak people out and stuff. Although I feel like people don't freak out anymore about that, but maybe that's just the U.S.
All right. I love how this has turned from us talking about Persona 5 Strikers to some guy stopping robbers with goddamn glitter bombs.
Yeah, honestly, this is cool as shit. Like he's doing the Batman work. I feel whenever I see it, I'm like, he's like the one guy that is doing the Batman stuff. I don't know. I don't know why. Just because the gadgets and stuff. I'm like.
Speaking of Batman, I saw his latest videos about like elephant toothpaste, and it's like the toothpaste is like green. And I recall seeing a video from, I don't remember the channel's name, but it was like, "It's too late, Batman. I filled this comically large flask with 7 months worth of Joker cum."
Man.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like stuff like that. So what do you watch on YouTube? Like, what's your YouTube content like?
Like the content I watch?
Yeah.
It's usually just usually video game music mostly. Like when I draw and make renders, I usually just listen to music. But often than not, I just watch like gaming videos from no commentary channels or popular YouTubers like Markiplier.
Right on.
It usually depends on the mood. I mostly just watch Markiplier and video game soundtracks.
Yeah, not bad.
I usually do watch videos from other Megami Tensei content creators such as yourself, LaRue, Ozyak, hell, even Senoris, if I feel like it.
Yeah, actually,
speaking of,
it's funny.
Speaking of,
yeah,
like, is it okay if I talk about like the other content creators real quick?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
I'm usually in good terms with most of them, like with you, with Ozyak, even with LaRue.
Yeah, so I actually don't watch any like YouTubers, like not YouTubers, like Persona or Megaten YouTubers. It's just not because I don't care. Like I'll watch it, I'll support. Like I'll be like, oh, like I see LaRue made a new video, or whoever made a new video. So like I'll watch them for like to support them and everything. but I don't really like watch a lot of that kind of content. I just never did. Like even before I started the channel, I never really considered like doing a whole like Persona channel or anything. So my channel just started as a. I think I mentioned this story previously, but basically, there was a new Bethesda game. I think it was the Fallout 76. I don't know if you heard of it.
Yeah, and, I've heard of Fallout 76. I mean, who has not heard of Fallout 76?
So originally, when it was announced, it didn't look that bad. I think a lot of people were still pretty optimistic about it, and a lot of the YouTubers. And
it had fucking Country Roads in one of its trailers.
Yeah, exactly.
How can you go bad with Country Roads?
Exactly.
I have like the cover of Country Roads of Fallout 76 saved on my music player on my phone.
So what they did is they took a bunch of content creators and they flew them to West Virginia, and basically they had them over there like try out like an early build to the game or whatever. So like I saw them reviews, and a lot of them basically like it was like 90% positive. Like everybody was like, oh, it's a little bit rough around the edges, but it looks pretty good. And I see the time frame, and I'm like, yo, this is 2 months from now. Like the game comes out in 2 months. Like you're telling me it has a bunch of issues, and there's 2 months left. Well, anyway, somehow I got into the early beta. They call it an early beta. And like a month later, like 3 weeks later, actually. So it was like the game was kind of coming out in about like 3 weeks. And so I played it, and I was like, yo, this game is shit. Like I see that the YouTubers are saying that is really good, but like I just played it, and there's absolutely no way they're gonna fix this in 3 weeks. Like I don't know anything about game development, but I know 3 weeks is not enough to fix this game. So like I have to make a video about this, because I was like it was so bad, and everybody again was very positive about it. I was like, how is people being so positive about this game? This game looks like ass. It legitimately doesn't look good at all. So I went on YouTube and I made a video. That was like my first video that I did, because I was like, I really need to tell people this game is just not good, because somebody's gonna end up buying it, because you believe sometimes when you look at YouTube, I think a lot of people do believe like their content creators, like their favorite. So like if somebody makes a video on something, you're really bound to like believe them. You're bound to kind of feel like, oh, like they're not a friend, but like somebody that quote quote, because you see them on YouTube. You're like, you believe like how they act and everything. You're like, oh, I believe them and everything. So like I think that's what happened with that, and that's probably why a lot of people got burned too, because there's a lot of fans. I think there's a lot of fans that do legitimately like those games. But man, I saw it and I was like, no, it's bad. I had to speak out about it. Yeah, because I didn't think it was good. I really don't. If I don't like something, I feel like I have to say something about it.
Yeah, like it's really funny, because like for a lot of people, myself included, we like talking about things we don't like more than talking about the things that we like. I don't know what it is, but like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, that's the thing. Like, we're more invested in being negative than positive. I think, like, that's why our community is so toxic.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I personally, like, in my videos, personally, I don't like to look at the positive, at the negative. I always try to look at the positive stuff and everything. So, like, I'm always, like, doing discussion videos that have, like, no notion of, like, bad or good. It's just a discussion video. But I'm not, like, here's 5 things why Akechi is the worst character in Persona 5. Like, I could easily make those kind of videos, but like I that's the kind of stuff, the kind of thoughts that I keep to myself. I just do videos like random subjects.
Like, it's not like it's not like we want to be negative, but like we want to be negative about the games, like not the characters. Because if we become specific, that's when the wars start on Twitter.
Yeah, that's when
people don't care if you are positive or negative about a game. They care if you like or dislike the characters.
yeah. Like my most disliked video on YouTube is a video that I did where I ranked all the characters on Persona 5, and it has like a 71% like ratio. So like the other 29% or 30%.
You mean ranking all Persona 5 Royal characters tier ranking?
Yeah, I did a tier
Yeah,
ranking.
I'm looking at the like dislike ratio right now. It's 104 likes to 46 dislikes. It's a total of 150. So,
yeah. So like, I was like, oh shit, like people really don't like this video, and like I guess a good bit of it, and people are just mad of where I place them. Like sometimes some people are like, why is this? You look at the comments, and literally every comment is just like, why is this character not ranked in X? And I'm like, it's just how I felt about it at the time. Like I may like them more now, but like I don't feel like I need to apologize for like how I felt about the characters at the time. It's a weird thing to me because I
love how there's this one person called Opilov, and I like they have like 4 different comments in the video.
Oh, do they really? I don't know. I haven't seen those in a minute. Somebody has 4 different comments. Oh, Opie, yeah. He's a good dude. I had him. He's been a good friend on the channel. He's actually one of the earliest people that started following me on YouTube. Like from like I must have like less than 1,000 subscribers back then, like maybe a couple hundred. And he just dropped by one of the streams, on one of the streams, and he's a cool dude. He's actually quite cool. He used to be in my server before. I don't know what happened. I think he had some personal problems or something.
Cool.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. Yeah, but yeah, some of the comments.
You get the thing. Yeah, this is why I don't like making tier lists that much, because like this is my opinion, and people get like, why is this character so high, and why is this character so low? Why is this game so high? Why is this game so low? Like, bitch, this is like my opinion. This is how I feel about this said character / said game.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just sharing my opinion. Like,
yeah, that's I mean you have to fight about it.
Like this is the thing. Like people will get offended about where you put a certain character, game, or anything in a certain tier. Yeah. That's just why I don't like making tier lists that much.
Yeah, I regretted my decision after I posted it, but when I started seeing
one tier list I'm both proud of and kind of regret is the tier list where I put like the Megaten games, where I rank the Megaten games.
Yeah.
And a surprising controversial take, well, not controversial, that kind of started a small discussion, is that I put the PSP version of Persona 1 at the very fucking bottom.
I guess some people feel certain ways about that.
There's still discussions that always happen with me about how I prefer portable over FES, and how I hate the PSP version of Persona 1. Like, that's the two quote unquote flaws that people see with my tier list.
I don't think it should matter. Like, it's not really a flaw. It's just how you feel about it, you know.
Yeah.
It's also.
I just dislike the PSP version of Persona 1. Like I personally prefer the PSX version. Like that's just how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't mind if you like this game. If you like Persona 1 for the PSP, like, go ahead and play it. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm just some random ass dude on the other side of the fucking world, just expressing his opinion.
Exactly.
Like, that's the thing. It's because I have such a large following. People will assume that my opinion is like fucking fact. And this is why I don't like sharing my opinions that much, even though I usually do.
Because you're like, you know that as soon as you think you're gonna take your opinion and like take something about it, right? Or like do something.
It's like some people think that my opinion matters more than the others, but like
it's just an opinion.
It's just an opinion.
Yeah,
I feel like this is the problem with this community, that people take someone else's opinions, especially when they're really popular, too seriously.
Yeah. Oh, well, that reminds me of a whole thing that happened a couple days ago. So a couple days ago, I posted a video talking about other games like Persona, and one of the games that I mentioned in there was a game called Blue Reflection. I don't know if you played it or not. Anyway, so I mentioned that I played the game, but I wasn't really into it. You know, like, so sometimes you play games and you just don't like them, right? So what do? You stop playing them, right?
Yeah.
So
that was me with Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. Like, I liked the game, but like it was a bit too slow for me. Like,
yeah, so
the pacing was kind of too slow for me. So yeah, I dropped the game, but I watched a YouTube walkthrough instead because I wanted to know what happens next.
yeah. So like I wasn't invested in the story, I wasn't invested on the characters, so I just dropped it. You know, like I drop it and move on. Anyway, so.
Wait, which video was this?
So it's just a new video that I just posted. That's like
other games like Persona discussion.
Yeah. So like I watched the anime for this game that I'm talking about, but I also dropped it because again I wasn't invested in the characters. The story just wasn't going anywhere. I watched 10 episodes, and the anime wasn't good either. So I'm like, okay, so I give it a chance to the anime, I give it a chance to the game. I just moving up from the series. You know, I'm not worried about it. And anyway, so people started commenting that I need to watch the anime again because it gets really good in like episode 12 or something like that. And I'm like, yo, listen, if an anime takes 12 episodes to get good, it's just not good then. You know, like I feel like 12 episodes, it's a long time for an anime to get good.
This is how I feel you because like you really have to sit through like every single other episode to see until it gets good. Like, bro, how much attention span do you think we have?
Yeah, exactly. Like
if something takes a long time to be good, obviously people are gonna drop it instead of like endure it.
Yeah, exactly.
Until it gets good. Like
exactly.
I can endure it to wait until it gets good, but if it is too slow, even for me, then I just drop it. Like I just drop it like that.
And then like, and that's just not me. Like the anime has a 5.4 in on my anime list. That's really fucking low. Like a 5.4 is really bad. So like, I'm not just the only person thinking that this anime is just not good. You know, like. But anyway, so so they commented. I don't know if you read the comments or not. If you
I saw one discussion, but I'm not gonna say the name because I don't want people to go and harass them.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I saw them like they say that they dropped the end like I just think I heard they dropped it on episode 7 or 10. I honestly. They didn't give Blue Reflection a fair enough chance. They didn't give Blue Reflection a fair enough chance after 10 episodes. After 10 episodes, they did not give it a fair chance.
Yeah.
It had 10 episodes to become good. Like, how long is each episode?
It's 20 minutes long, but here's the deal, dude. This is only a 24 episode show. So like, how you're asking for 50% of the show before it gets good. Look at it from a percentage perspective. You know, there's some animes like One Piece. You know, it's like fucking 800 episodes, right? Like you see that, you're like, okay, look, it's 1,000 episodes. You know, like you can watch maybe like 5, and you're like, okay, maybe this is not deep enough for you to like watch the anime and like get into it or something like that. Maybe you have to watch a few seasons before you kind of get into the characters and everything. But that's what fucking One Piece. You know, like,
it's not fair. It's not really, in my opinion, it's not really fair to compare a 24 episode series to an over 800 episode series.
Yeah.
Like, not saying that you're wrong, but like, I'm just saying it's a bit of an unfair comparison because One Piece is one of the longest running animes. Like,
I mean like volume wise, like, you know, like you can still give One Piece a chance for a few seasons before it gets good. So like, I'm trying to think of an anime that is also 24 episodes long that is pretty good. And I'm really just not thinking of anything. Death Note is like 36 episodes. So that's a better comparison. But from the first episode that you watch, you're hooked. The anime has a really good premise. The characters are interesting. You know, like the storytelling is fantastic. There's just so much about it. You're like, you know, like you watch the one episode and you're like, yeah, this anime is for me or whatever. Yeah. And you watch the first episode of this other show and you're like, yeah, you know, like, I'm gonna keep watching a few more episodes, see if it gets good and everything. I'm always
okay. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really think I can talk about Blue Affection because I've never heard of it or watched it.
Yeah, no. That's fine, dude. That's fine. I never heard of it before until somebody recommended it to me. The game, like I said, and I played the game and I was like, yeah, you know, I don't know, and I mentioned in the comments there that I will watch it again. I was like, okay, look, you're telling me to watch it again, I'll watch it again and I'll review it. and I think people didn't like the reviewing part. I think they just thought that I was just gonna watch it and love it, whatever. But I figured, why not make a video about it? If you feel really strongly about it, I wanna watch it for myself and see if you're right. 12 episodes is good, and then it's a fantastic anime. Like, you have nothing to lose, right? But they got so upset at the fact that I said that I would review it afterwards, because I think they thought that I was gonna shit on the anime afterwards, and I was like, no. I'm gonna give it a first shot. Like, I understand some people really want me to watch it, so I'm like, okay, well, let me watch it, and I'll let you know how I feel about it. But that goes back to, like, people care about your opinion sometimes. I feel like because I didn't dislike it, people were like, oh, I'm gonna just unsubscribe to the channel because you don't like it. It's just a game, dude. There's millions of games out there. You can like whatever you like. My opinion on it shouldn't affect your opinion on it. There are some games that I like more than other games. Like, I don't think it should be tied together. Like I can feel a certain way. You can feel a different way about a game, and it's a free country, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like, my enjoyment of a game shouldn't affect your enjoyment of a game, and that's just crazy to me. I was like, is this guy serious? Is it unsubscribe because I don't like the one anime? And the funny thing is, I talk about 10 different games in the video that I do, and like not all of them are good. There's some games like there's the one game made by the creator of Persona 1 and 2, and I give it a shit review too. Like, I didn't like that one either, but like nobody coming after me for that one. Oh, maybe now they are because I said it on the podcast, right? But yeah, anyway, it is what it is. You like some games, you don't like some games. I don't think people on the internet should understand. You don't have to love everything, and you don't have to hate everything.
Here's the thing. Here's like this small misconception I keep saying. Like, if I say I like something, people assume I hate everything else. Like, let's say for example, let's say I like Persona 3 Portable. Like, there is a small percentage, like, not entirely possible, but there is a percentage that it will happen. And someone will say, "Oh, so you hate FPS and vanilla?" And I'm like, "No, that's a different fucking thing. That's a different sentence."
That's not what I said. Yeah, that's what happened to me too. I made a comparison video between.
Like, this is your most popular video, like, comparing Persona 3 Portable and FPS.
Yeah. But
I recall seeing a comment. I don't think it was in that video, but like, I recall seeing a comment about some guy being an asshole towards you.
Oh,
saying that FPS was better. I think they deleted it because I was not able to find it in the comments section.
I don't know. He deleted it.
Oh. Yeah, apparently both you and GamesCage got like the comments from the same guy.
Yeah.
Like, on GamesCage, he was saying that it would be impossible to implement the portable features to FPS if Persona 3 ever got a Steam port, and to you, like, oh, Persona 3 FPS is better. Well, fuck you. Why did you make this dumb comparison? Like, why do you speak like that? Speak English, motherfucker, or something.
Yeah. It was really bad. I was like, dude, first of all, I in my video, I don't do any kind of like big, like, oh, you need to play this one or you need to play this one. Like, I don't have like a winner.
You were just making a fair comparison because you happen to have played both.
Yeah. So I played both games. I'm just gonna give you my opinion on both. Like, I feel like both of them have good things and bad things. There's some drawbacks to each of them, and then you just make your own decisions. Now, there's a ton of mods. There's people that have modded Persona 3 Fest and a lot of the same things through Portable. There's a ton of mods that you can apply to it and have a better experience, if you will. That's fine. I mean, in fact, I saw there's somebody that modded all the cutscenes from the anime, for the movies into the game, which is fucking cool. So, like, if you do shit like that, like, that's cool. You can have your own experience. Some people like to play games differently, and like, my whole purpose of the video was to kind of guide people, because I know people when they start games, like, when you start a game, you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to start in this series? There's like a ton of Persona 3 Fest, like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, just you're someone new, and you're like, you don't know what the fuck's going on. like people don't know what's up with that and everything. So like I get that. I see that and I'm like, oh, like maybe I need to make some kind of guide so people to know, what. Like I remember that with Persona 5 Royal, some people thought that Persona 5 Royal was some kind of sequel. Like the people that had never played Persona 5. So like
yeah, like back when like the announcement trailers were first released, people assumed that Yoshizawa was going to be the female protagonist.
Yeah. So there were a lot of assumptions about it. Even after the game release, people were still assuming something. So I was like, like I could make an informative video, kind of give the information out there. Like that's what I try to do with my videos. I don't really do opinion pieces. It's just more about like, oh, here's the subject, here's the information and the facts about it. And when I do opinion pieces, it's typically more about like for comparison purposes. Like I did a Shin Megami Tensei versus Persona video, and that video I just keep getting things like, oh, Persona is just this or SMT is just that. I'm like, no, they're a lot more similar than a lot of people make them out to be. And I feel like that's also something that is extremely controversial on like the Megaten community overall, because like I feel like there's a part of the community that really wants to feel superior for playing Megaten games or whatever. Like, is the press turn system exist on Persona? It's just called different, but it's the same system. It may work a little bit different, but it works different on every fucking game. You play Shin Megami Tensei 3 or Shin Megami Tensei 4, and the system is different. And that's just it's literally mainline one game from one game. So like. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Megaten, particularly Shin Megami Tensei fans, don't give credit to Persona sometimes, and as much as they should. Cause I get it. Some people don't care for the waifu shit or the anime shit or that kind of stuff. I get it. I'm not a big fan of that either. Like I'm not into waifus or anything like that. I may joke. Like there's a difference between joking about it, like memeing about it, and not actually being into waifus and that shit, right? So like. I personally don't have a wife.
Like I make shipping art from time to time, but I'm not really that invested into waifus.
Yeah, it's more like a meme, right? You're just memeing, right? That's part of the internet.
Like, like this character is best girl, and that character is best girl, best boy, whatever. Yeah, that's just memeing. I'm not being like legit serious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but there's some people out there that legitimately care about their waifus. Like you talk bad about Futaba and they're on you. Like I've seen people comment like, "Oh, you don't like Futaba? I'm gonna unsubscribe." I'm like, that's a weird one. I saw a comment like that.
Bro, you just reminded me when I said that Futaba's lines in Strikers legitimately pissed me off. Like the RNG got smell upon.
Yeah. Dude, that was such a cringe.
That line did not actually occur to me that much. Like, wait, it happened like what 3-4 times?
Yeah.
Like in my 2 runs so far. Like, like if it happens like that rarely, it's not really bothering me. Like the first time I heard it though, I was like, oh my god, please shut the fuck up. But then I got used to it.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I think that one post of me saying "shut the fuck up" to Futaba is like the second most popular tweet in the thread, besides for me like announcing the thread. It's like the start of the thread has like 800 likes, and then every other tweet before has like about 30 to 80 likes. But then the Futaba one has like 200 something.
It just exploded. People wanted to hit on Futaba that day, I guess.
Yeah, like here's the thing, like a lot of people assume that just because I hate this one aspect of Futaba in Strikers, I hate her character completely. Like I hate Futaba entirely, but that's not true. I actually like Futaba. Believe it or not, like I may not make that much content with her, but I like Futaba.
Yeah,
and like
I like Futaba.
This is the thing. Like, yes, I like the character. That doesn't mean I have to fucking like everything they do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's the thing. Like it's the thing with Akechi. You may like the character, but you may not agree with his actions, or you may agree if you're a fucking sociopath or whatever.
Yeah, right. That's how crazy one for me with Akechi sometimes. Because I see people and they go like, oh, like he was abused and everything, or like, I'm like, yeah, that's fine, like I get it, like he
I was abused as a child, but like cool motive, still murder though.
Yeah, that's two separate things. He was abused, yes, But also,
I was abused. I was abused. My father left me, and my mother died, and I had nowhere to go. And I'm like, yeah, cool motive, bro. But like, you still kill people.
yeah, like, but he still killed Futaba's mom, and how's that? So like, did you really expect the whole party to just be like, hey, let's go be best buddies and everything? And he literally tried to kill Joker too. That's like, whenever I see that, I'm like, I don't get it, and I don't really like getting into it too much. But like, I made a mistake and commented on one of those ship posts because they were shipping Joker and Akechi, and I was just like,
yeah, Akechi. Oh, yeah.
When I commented, I was like, they're not even friends. Like, even in the game tells you.
Yeah, this is the thing. This is the thing. Like, I'm personally like not the biggest Akechi fan, but like I don't really mind it. There was one time where I made a joke. I made a fucking joke about like Persona 5 ships, and I did get like a bit of backlash. I'm not gonna lie. I have deleted the tweet. I have deleted the tweets.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, if I recall correctly, I said like Persona 5 fans when they call Akechi a tsundere for killing Joker or whatever. I made that joke because I have only played Vanilla and I have not played Royal. And yeah, I do kind of regret that tweet, but like, hey, it is what it is. Like, I've been blocked on Twitter by like most Akechi fans, but like, that's fine. I don't really mind it.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about it. Yeah, I don't really worry about it.
I think it's probably best we remove this section as well. God, we're removing a lot of stuff from this.
So I'm not gonna leave this here. I don't care. I really don't. I'm like, I don't care if it's a dislike video. To me, engagement is engagement. It's fine. I don't really hate Akechi. I want to make that clear. I don't hate Akechi, but to me,
yeah,
you should be able to separate.
I don't hate Akechi either.
Yeah,
it's like some of his fans are like, ugh.
Yeah,
there was that one guy who said like the third semester in Royal was Akechi's quote unquote redemption arc, and I'm like I haven't played Royal, but I've seen what happens in the third semester.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I guess it's not the same. Like, you have to experience it for yourself or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, Akechi himself has said he does not deserve redemption. Like, he doesn't need it. Like, he's admitted, like, yeah, I'm a shit person. I kill people. I'm just gonna fucking move on about it.
To me, when I say that he has a redemption arc, I mean from the writing perspective, because I thought he was written horribly on Persona 5. And Persona 5 Royal kind of fixed his writing, like his approach and everything. So,
you mean like how his confidence was like automatic in Vanilla, but became an actual one?
Yeah,
Royal?
Exactly. Yeah. So that's my redemption.
From that perspective, yeah, I kind of understand his redemption, but like you meant like mechanically, like
mechanically,
like he's not forced into the story. Like you have the option to either engage with him or just ignore him and get the normal ending.
Yeah, exactly. So to me, like, I appreciated that change. I felt like he gave him a sense of more like, it felt more like a character, not more like a plot device. Because a lot of them are just walking plot devices like Morgana, but that's neither here or there really. But I really appreciated that. I appreciated like the fact that they added some more to his character and everything. I doesn't mean that I liked him or anything, but I don't hate him either. I just thought that it was a good aspect. Like, they added some stuff, and I was like, I even made a video about it because I've gone on record saying that I don't like Akechi. So when I played Rojo and I saw it, I was like, I'll make a video about it. I was like, why I think Rojo fixed Akechi. Like, I didn't mean like from like a character perspective, but I mean from like a writing mechanically, like you were saying, like story wise and everything, how it was better. But I don't mean like, oh, I love his character. I thought he was like the best character in the game or anything. I'm like, you know what? It's whatever. I feel like it shouldn't be controversial to like or dislike a character. They're just characters. Like, I know some people get really attached to them, like personally and stuff. But I don't never felt like, oh man, you don't like Dante from Devil May Cry? Then fuck you, I'm gonna block you on Facebook or whatever. I don't think I ever felt like that about anything.
Bruh, of all the examples you could have given, you chose Facebook. I legit don't think anyone has ever blocked anyone on Facebook, unless in my experience with it. I used to have a Facebook account.
No, I went the extra mile to be hyperbolic about it.
But like, Facebook of all things, if you would have wanted to be hyperbolic, you could have chosen fucking MySpace or Snapchat.
Fun fact: I do have a MySpace. Or had a MySpace back in the day. I
really?
spent that was my time with the internet. I had a MySpace with like what was it? What song was it? It was a Green Day song they used to play every time that you visited my page. Those were the days. Those were a crazy era. But also, that's the era when I started playing Persona. I think I played Persona 3, and I was talking to LaRue about this, but I was literally like in my emo phase when I played the game. Like that game, that and Nocturne. I played those like back to back. So like I know some people like think of those two games as like the edgy games, but like I think it's just the product of the era. I don't think they're necessarily edgy. It's just like it's a time frame when they came out. That was like when that period of time was a thing or something. I don't know. I really like those games though. I like to this day, Nocturne is still my favorite Megami Tensei game, and Persona 3 is still my favorite Persona game. So like, I hope that wasn't controversial. Like this is gonna be the most controversial podcast I've done so far. I'm like editing out, thinking
well,
things
out. This is the thing. I am pretty popular, so I tend to draw controversy from time to time when I say an opinion.
But that's everything, man. Like I was talking to Ozzy about the same thing the other day because I had a podcast last week. And it was the same thing. That he was like, "Oh, like this happened, and it was controversial." And I was like, "Yeah, it is what it is. It happens. It's part of the fame, I guess."
No, I've been in a few controversies myself. But here's the thing. Instead of me like getting canceled and losing followers, I actually got more followers in the end. That's so. So what topic we should talk about? No.
Yeah, I think people should understand the difference between like a headcanon and actually canon. Because I don't mind headcanons at all. Like some people, like if you want to ship two characters.
Well, I headcanon myself. I have like a whole different headcanon alternate universe where my Makoto Yuki lives.
Yeah.
In the events of Persona 4 Arena. So, like, yeah.
Yeah, like people. I think there's nothing wrong with headcanon. I think everybody has a headcanon for something, right? Like,
but there's a difference with having a headcanon and then forcing a headcanon into being canon.
Yeah,
Like there's a distinct 100%. Difference. Like even a fucking 10-year-old could tell.
Yeah. So that's a big difference, right? Like, headcanon, this happens, right? But and you can believe that it happened in an alternate universe, or you can still feel really strongly about it, like some character's sexuality or a shape.
Yeah, but you have to acknowledge that in canon that doesn't happen.
Exactly.
Or whatever.
Or like, so sometimes I see things like, this character is canonically this. I'm like, no, it isn't. That never happens in the game. And I respect like when people have like, I feel like this character is X because of the cut content, or like from stuff like Yosuke, for example, where like he had like a romance option with you, or whatever.
Yosuke being gay.
Yeah, and everything. I
think that people say that because of like all the cut content.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. It didn't make it the final cut, so it's not technically canon. But it's still a fair point, right? If you want to argue that, that's fine. But there's some times that I'm like, I just don't really feel like people need to look at their canon and be like, their head canon and be like, oh man, this is the law. This is the only truth. And like, no, there's you can believe whatever you want. But then, like, if you play the game, that doesn't happen. And I don't mean like, hint, hint, wink, wink, this could happen. No, I mean, literally, it doesn't happen in the game. Even if the author is subtle about it, or like, you're not reading between the lines. I'm like, personally, you don't feel like there's any lines to read between. So I feel like it's pretty straight cut. Like, this is what happens, and that's what happens in the game, right? But I don't know. I respect people's headcanons. Like if you have like the craziest headcanon where Teddy and Morgana get together, that's fine. I'm not really worried. I'm not really worried about it. I hope we didn't just have some random shit by saying that. But people are free to like feel about it however they want to feel about it. But don't make it be like your headcanon is the truth, like the canon. You know, that's what I don't agree with and everything. Which I don't know. I feel like discussing already what canon is really controversial, because I remember people were arguing whether Persona 5 Royal was canon because of Persona 5 Strikers and everything. And I was like, why are you so worried about it? Just play the game. You know, like, I understand.
Yeah, okay, look, listen. This about like Strikers being canon to Vanilla or Royal, whatever. I mean, Adam, like Oziak, he said like that Strikers is basically canonical to both. Like how Arena Ultimax is a sequel to Arena, which is a sequel to Vanilla Persona 4, but also it's a sequel to Persona 4 Golden.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, here's the thing, like usually spin-offs and spin-off sequels, they usually are continuations of like both versions, like both the vanilla and the remake, remaster, re-release, whatever versions.
Yeah, exactly.
Like how Arena is both a sequel to Persona 4 and Persona 3 FES is like the answer. Like, okay, FES is not really the best example considering the answer is a canonical sequel to Persona 3, but like whatever.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I think that people just worry too much about like what's canon and what's not.
Like the Persona continuity doesn't really matter that much. Like it's a spin-off to a bigger series. Calm down.
Just enjoy.
Like, and why does it matter? And why does it matter? And what does it matter if it's a sequel to Royal or Vanilla? Yoshizawa and Akechi don't appear in it anyway, so why do you care?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I remember when they said like they speculated that Atlas would make Akechi and Yoshizawa DLC for like Strikers. I'm like, look, they may have shitty DLC practices, but they will not make character DLC. This is not Arena. This isn't Arc System Works.
Yeah.
This is Atlas we're talking about. The worst they might do is make DLC personas, but no, all they did was I'm checking.
I was actually surprised. I was actually surprised with Strikers because there's not a lot of DLC for it. And no, I was
the only DLC I'm seeing, which is like, I know there's like music DLC.
Yeah.
One DLC I do not understand though is what's it called? Like the All Out Attack DLC. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not really sure what.
All Out Attack DLC. That doesn't sound familiar. I don't know what that is.
Hold on. Let me look this up.
Is that
Strikers?
Is that
the All Out Attack Pack, which is it's basically yeah. Wait, hold on. I'm looking at the description now. It basically gives basic armor, cards, and shit.
Oh, okay. So it's just a.
It's basically a starter pack, but it has mixed reviews because it's $5.
Yeah. Okay. That should be like $1. That should be just like $1. Like straight up
like why is the starter pack $5?
Yeah.
Bro, how much money do you think we have?
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing that used to piss me off about the dancing games. Like the extra songs were $5 a piece. I was like, $5 a piece? That's a lot of money. Like
$5 for a 3-minute song.
Yeah,
bro. In Europe, the outfits that were in separate packs came in bundles. You couldn't buy them separately.
Yeah, or like
that's how fucked the Europe versions of the DLCs are.
Or like there's this one that pissed me off. Oh yeah, Kasumi on Persona 5 Royal. Her outfit DLC is like $20.
Like $20, and then it was on sale for $15 for custom DLC that you use for like a month.
Yeah, I was like, that is a fucking ripoff. I'm sorry, but I didn't buy it.
And the funny thing is, the set custom outfits don't even appear in cutscenes.
Yeah.
They don't even appear in animated cutscenes. They appear in the Phantom Thief attire. So what's the fucking point?
Yeah, it's so dumb. I was annoyed about it too because I considered buying it, right? But I was like, okay, let me see her first. Like, let me see when I start playing with her. And like, you play 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 8 months, and you never play with her, right? And I was like, when am I supposed to play with her? We're almost done with the game. And obviously we unlock the third semester and everything. And that's when you finally get to play with her. And I was like, oh man, this game is just this DLC is just a ripoff. Because you pay like $20 and you only get to use it for like 10 hours of game. like that was just messed up. I feel like that was one of the more messed up ones that I saw. I was like, that's just not good. I was kind of annoyed about that. Yeah, DLC is kind of crazy with Atlas. I think it's really a miss and miss. Sometimes more miss than misses. But there was one time. What is that? I feel like the other one that I didn't like was the Dante from Devil May Cry on the Nocturne.
Okay. Speaking of speaking of the Dante as DLC in the Nocturne remaster, I think it's because they didn't have like any new deals with Capcom.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know, Atlas and Capcom had a deal back when they made the featuring Dante in Nocturne. For not the hard type, but Maniacs. So they had a deal where it's like, we have Kaneko make the Devil Trigger designs for Dante and Virgil and Devil May Cry 3. In return, we give you the rights to use Dante in Nocturne. Like, that's the deal they had.
Yeah.
Like, this actually happened. But then now, with the HD Remaster, they didn't have any new deals, so they had to make them DLC and get them on Capcom for anyone who bought it.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I understand that $10 is a bit too much to have like an additional character, but like, hey, like it's optional. You don't have to buy them. You can have Rido instead of the vanilla version of Nocturne. So
hey, that's what I was telling someone. I saw a post and I quote retweeted, and I was like, anyone that is complaining about the DLC doesn't know how shit Capcom is with DLC, because I'm a huge Capcom fan, but holy shit, I never seen somebody with such bad DLC. The fact that they sell the red orbs for DMC or like currency for the Resident Evil games, it's fucking ridiculous. Like the outfits are also expensive as shit. Like everything that they do is like DLC wise, it's pretty bad. Like it's really bad DLC, but also like I love their games, so like sometimes like I'll buy some of the DLC, although I try not to. I try to be like, no, I cannot fall into it. But sometimes it's really hard because I really want it. Yeah, that's how they get you. They really make the DLC that you want. Like I bought the Virgil DLC for DMC5. I know that was really good stuff, but
I mean, the Virgil DLC is like additional campaign. They don't have to play Virgil's not canonically like they did with DMC4. Okay. But like, yeah,
that's good stuff right there. I like that kind of stuff. It wasn't really expensive actually. It was kind of like it was like $15 or something like that. So it wasn't a bad deal. Maybe 20. I don't remember too much. But yeah, that's good stuff. Did you actually get to play Nocturne or not yet?
No, I've actually played Nocturne. I've been in the HD remaster, start to finish.
Oh really? How was the remaster on the PC?
Like I didn't get many frame rate issues. Like it's usually fine. Like the only frame rate issues I had like was when Matador appeared. Like that's the only issue I ever had with frame rates. The music is still compressed. Oh yeah, I got the digital deluxe edition. I got every DLC.
Hell yeah, that's honestly that's the best way to do it. I know, like I'm not trying to promote it, but it is a better deal because you just get so much more stuff with it, and you do get a lot of DLC for that deluxe edition. Which you know sometimes sometimes with the deluxe editions it's like one or two things, but this deluxe edition had a ton of stuff. So I actually like
the deluxe edition had like the ride of free DLC, the Merciful free DLC, the Dante DLC, the music packs DLC, the DLC worlds that give you XP and Makatus. Like, damn, that's quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that one makes sense.
I remember making a tweet about it. I was exploring the DLC worlds. I had like medium to high settings.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, why are the textures in the DLC world so low texture, so low res?
Yeah.
Like they bothered like raising the texture scale for like the textures in the hospital, but like in the DLC version where you like go and level up, it's still like 148 pixels.
That's crazy.
Like, hold on. Let me try and find the tweet. Let me try and find the image.
That's funny. No, I seen it myself. I seen the I see exactly what you're talking about with with the
Yeah,
textures.
but I said like the thing is the textures in the original hospital are high resolution. This, however, looks like they just copy pasted the bomb from the PS2 version and had King Frost shit all over it. This is what it looks like. Hold on, let me send it to you on discussion. This really looks like they just took the hospital from the PS2 version of Nocturne. They just had King Frost like shit all over it. This is what it looks like. They just put like a blue filter over the PS2 textures.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, it's really just blue. They just literally put a filter on it or like another color.
It feels like it's like most of the time it looks like vaporwave at most occasions.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. Like look at this. Look how high res the Denethor textures look compared to the fucking building in the distance. I get that it's a building in the distance, but why does it have to be so fucking low res?
Yeah, oh dude, yeah, it looks pretty bad. Yeah, now that I'm seeing the picture again, it looks pretty fucking bad. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I understand. Like, but like the textures, like in the original hospital, like in the main game, they bothered like making it higher, but why not this? Okay, yeah. I understand. Like, I remember someone saying to me that their team that handled the DLC was actually quite small. Yeah, you actually commented.
It wasn't.
I mean, because it was a third party that.
Yeah, it was a third party that did it. It wasn't actually. Damn.
It wasn't actually Atlas itself and Team Maniac.
Actually, they're working on. I don't think
because Atlas they're working on Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Yeah, I don't think Atlas has done a port for PC yet. I think all of the ports that they have so far on PC. None of them are made by them.
No, I've actually heard that Persona 4 Golden was handled by Atlas Japan.
Mm-hmm. Not to its entirety, but most of it was. I think it's a mixed effort between some other company that they did, but I don't know. It still wasn't good. Persona 4 Golden still wasn't good. I had issues with that game whenever it released.
You had?
Yeah, I did.
Well, I had like. The only personal problem I had was like in Yukiko's Palace. There were certain times where Yosuke would miss an attack and she would fall out, but the thing is the game wouldn't progress. It would like soft lock at that specific part.
Yeah.
And the only times that happened was when I got a new card. Like a new card for like the Steam badge.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I ran out of like the chances to get a Steam card, the game ran normally.
Weird.
I don't know if that was part of the code in the Steam version, but like, hey, I didn't lose that much progress anyway. So hey.
So to me, actually, the game will just freeze at times, or like drop frames, go from like running at 4K 60 to like running like at 10 frames per second or something. Like it will go like really bad, and certain animations. But the worst offender was like almost at the end of Persona 4 Golden, in one of the secret passes, so I don't spoil it for anybody. I was doing the palace and it literally froze, and I was done with the palace, and I was literally on my way to save, and I was like, fuck, and I was streaming this, right? So I was like, okay, so I can't just like quit, because I'm in the middle of the stream. Like if I quit right now, I have to restart the whole thing again and everything like that, and I don't want to do that because I'm about to finish the thing. But like, and then so I'm waiting for it to go, and it finally like unfreezes, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I walk like maybe 3 steps, and it freezes again, and I was like, no. And then it unfreezes again, and I was like, okay, whew, we're good to go. So I walk again. And he freezes again, and I was like, "Fuck!" And then this time it doesn't unfreeze, and it crashes. So I have to start over again.
You said palace. Were you talking about like Yukiko's palace or like?
No. I'm talking about the dungeon. I don't want to spoil it because it's a spoiler boss battle. It's a spoiler.
Wait! I think I know what dungeon you're referring to. Yeah.
It's like one of the very last ones. And
yes.
So I had to start the whole dungeon again from the beginning.
That actually never happened to me.
Yeah, and
I didn't.
And I was really annoyed. Like, so yeah, I was fine but it freezes like once in a while, but like it will still continue. Like it will freeze for like not responding, and I was like, okay, I'll just wait. I won't touch it for a minute or whatever, and then I'll come back to it. And mind you, I have a pretty good computer. So like,
Uh-huh.
no game freezes on me. You know, like I'll play like some games at full 4K and everything, and I'm like, I don't have any issues or anything. But for some reason, Persona 4 Golden did not want to work for me. It had issues on issues, and I was like, man, I'm just trying to play this fucking game. Yeah, it was very frustrating. I was like, shit, I just want to play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess, right?
yeah, because like this, I guess that's one of the commodities of a console. You just put the game and play. Like you don't really have to deal with a lot of the crashes and a lot of the in the background, kind of like, oh, let me lower the settings to see if that works, or let me find like or like lower the frame rate if I need to. Like there's a lot of things. Like I think a lot of people, although even fans of PC gaming can acknowledge the fact that playing on PC games sometimes sucks, because you have to like say you have to mess the settings. And people are always like, oh well, you can play this game on PS5, but you can play it on 4K FPS unlocked on the computer. I'm like, yeah, but can your computer run it like that? Because mine can, and it still doesn't sometimes. Some games get really poorly optimized on the computer, and they just never get a good patch. Like for example, what is that? Nier Automata. That game has terrible performance on PC, and to this day, 5 years later, it still hasn't been patched.
Damn.
Yeah, so like, don't buy that game on Steam because it still has issues. They never fixed it.
Damn.
Yeah, and I made him. I actually waited like years. Like I played it originally. After an hour, I had to refund it because Steam policy and whatever. And then I bought it again in a sale for like $15, and I was like, okay, I think it's been fixed now, right? I play it, and it still hasn't been fixed, and I was like, fuck.
Bruh.
Yeah, that was a huge burn moment. And then looked it up, and people were like, oh, you can download a patch or like a fan mod or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but that shouldn't be up to fans to fix that kind of shit. Like, Square Enix got their money. They need to fix that shit. Like, that shouldn't be any fans' responsibility or anything like that. Because I think a lot of fans think that way. They're like, oh, same thing with like the audio for Nocturne. That they're like, oh, somebody did a patch for it where you can get the good audio or whatever. It's like, yeah, that's cool, but that shouldn't be up to fans to fix that. That should be like the Square Enix, I'm sorry, Atlas should do that. They should fix that. That's their thing. That's so like I always feel strongly about that. Like that it shouldn't be up to the players to fix that kind of stuff. It should be the people actually fixing it. And if it's not working, don't fucking sell it. Really, that's just the end of that, right? I don't know. Have you had any bad experiences with any games on PC?
Not really. No.
You're just that lucky, man. You're just a lucky guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I usually like play games on low quality. I'm not saying that my PC is bad. Like it can run most pretty recent games. I mean, Persona 5 Strikers is an example, but like I did have to put like resolution scale at like kind of low. But like even though I had on low settings, I did not really run into any frame issues or anything.
So
was the merge part of the 25th anniversary?
I don't think so. Well, that's the tricky thing, right? They purposely use projects as the word for the 25th anniversary. So like, is it just games? Is it games and other stuff, like maybe an anime or a live action TV show, or is it games and the concert that they always do?
A live action Persona TV show. Wow. Like the last time I saw anything Megaten related where it's live action was like the Devil's Summoner TV drama or whatever.
Oh, I mean they do the plays, but that's kind of really different, right? You seen those plays that they do? They do these live action plays. Have you ever seen them?
Oh yeah, the stage plays. Yeah. I've seen them.
But I mean, they're not that cool. But that's something, right? But I don't know. I feel like they purposely chose like such a weird like way to show it. Like 7 projects. So what does that mean? What does 7 projects mean? I made a mistake on my Spanish YouTube channel, and I said 7 games, and like 3 people commented were like, "Oh, they are projects," and I was like, "Okay, well, I'm sorry, I translated that wrong." I just thought like I figured there were gonna be games, you know. But it is that right? I mean, technically, it could be anything. It could be what's the most random thing you can think of?
I don't know. A comic book?
A comic book. Yeah, it could be an American style comic book of the Megaten series. I don't know. That would be kind of crazy. Now that I thought about it, I was like, yeah, that's kind of stupid. I don't know what I would look like at all. Man, I don't know. What are your expectations for that? Like, do you have anything that you're like, oh, this is what I would like to see? We were talking about Persona 3 earlier. Did you want like a Persona 3 remaster or something?
I'm just hoping for like a PC port so I can play the game legally. Like, emulation is fine and all, but like, is there like, are we ever gonna get an official port?
Because yeah.
I don't feel like spending over $200 on the portable version of Persona 3.
Dude,
like that's exactly. The thing. Like PSP games are like so expensive these days. Like you either get them when they like release, or you like spend like a leg and a half on them.
Yeah, and the whole thing is, I used to own Persona 3 portable physically, but here's the deal. I don't know if anybody owned that PSP before, but they're not good. The games break really easily. Anyway,
bro, I had like 2 PSPs, but both of them broke.
Yeah, like both the PSP and the game.
Like my old fat PSP broke because the R button it cracked, like it broke the R button.
Yeah.
And then the battery just exploded because I didn't know that you had to switch the batteries.
Yeah.
Of it. And then my piano one, the black piano one, I think it's piano black. That broke like out of the blue again because of the battery. Yeah,
and then like the games themselves don't last either. They're like these mini small discs and everything.
They're doing this were like to prevent like piracy, but even then we still got them like
yeah, they were like they didn't do anything for that, so that was dumb. But yeah, no, I owned it, and it just broke naturally over use. Because back in the day, I used to play games a lot. Like I used to replay games, you know, like, and I think I replayed Persona 3 Portable a ton of times. It must have been like 4 or 5 times in a row. Like I was just like, I will finish it, I will start it again, New Game Plus, and I'll play it all the way through, and I'll start it again. Like, but I like to have like in games I love being OP. I like to have like every item available. I like to like unlock everything. I love the feeling of like being level 99 with all my characters.
Yeah, I get you.
Just getting to need.
I've done that myself. I've done that for myself. Whenever I play Persona 3 Portable, I just try to get everyone to level 99.
Yeah, like it's fun. Although I know people are like, "Oh man, the game's grindy or whatever." It's a fucking RPG. You're supposed to grind. What do you want to do? It's not like Persona 5. That's one thing that I don't like about Persona 5 is there's not even a grind. You just literally walk and fight stuff, and by the time that you get to the bosses, you're already pretty high level, even without any kind of grind or anything. I like to spend time with the dungeons. Like that's my stuff. I like to grind there for hours. Maybe that's just my personal feelings on that. I used to stream games like that sometimes, and people are like, "Oh man, he's just grinding," and I'm like, "Well, I'm sorry that I like to grind. You know, like this game requires that, so I have to, you know, come back in 5 hours once I'm done with grind or whatever." Yeah, so like that was one of the things that I had issues with when I stream. That sometimes people don't want to watch grind you. He doesn't want to watch the grind. They just want to watch the gameplay or like the story or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, but I like, you know, like when I'm streaming, I like to have fun and stuff, and I like to grind. And but yeah, Persona 3, that's one of the ones that I want. Although there is this whole debacle as far as like a remaster or a remake or like not a remake or whatever. I'm like, I just want to have the game on PC. Or maybe modern consoles.
I don't care if we get remaster, remake, or a simple port. Just like fucking put the game on PC. Okay. Like I don't care if it's even an even shittier version than portable or FES or whatever. Just like put the goddamn game on PC,
Yeah,
please.
yeah. I
Like
know
here's
some
the thing.
people
Here's
just
the
care
thing.
too much.
I was talking with like you want to speak or
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, so like I was talking with my friends on VR chat the other day. We were discussing like if Persona 3 ever gets released on Steam, and one of them said like, bro, when Persona 3 like releases on Steam like for the pre-orders, it's gonna be a race to which one of their followers buys you the game first.
That's funny.
That's funny because they know that Persona 3 is one of my favorite Persona games of all time, like next to Persona 2 Innocent Sin. Like Persona 2 Innocent Sin and Persona 3 Portable are like my two favorite games, with the third one being Persona 4 Golden.
Oh, right on. Yeah, all of them great games, great choices. Yeah, I like all of them. I like some games more than others. I particularly like Persona 3 and Persona 2, kind of like the best. But I like Persona 4 Golden too. It's a good game. Persona 5 is it's gonna be like a little bit controversial, but Persona 5 is like probably like my least favorite Persona game. Which I owe a lot to Persona 5 because it really helped me grow the channel and everything. And I like this game. I don't get me wrong. Least favorite doesn't mean that I don't like it at all. Like I like a lot of it, but I don't know. I just found the other characters more relatable. Like I just enjoy the other characters more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm still down to them. I still like them a lot. I think they're all cool. They're all cool games. But did you have any spin-offs that you would like to see for like the 25th anniversary?
But yeah, like I would love to like see another arena game by Arxis.
Yeah,
Like, it doesn't have to be like pixel style. Like it can be 3D, like the Guilty Gear games or the Kill la Kill game they made, or even Fighters. Like it's like I remember like when it said that Atlas like copyrighted something along the lines of P5U.
Yeah,
and I speculated, like Persona 5 Ultimax?
right.
Like,
Yeah. I saw that too. I saw some people get excited about that. I was like, yeah, dude, I want that too. I was thinking about that. I like the fighting games. I think they were really unique. So I'm interested in one too. I would like to see what that looked like for.
I'll be honest, like one of my biggest fantasies is DLCs. Like they released Persona 5 Arena, and like they decided to put like Kotsune in it, but like they then released a trailer for like a DLC story with Makoto Yuki. I don't know why. I think that would be like pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I understand like Atlas's history with bad DLC, but like some of the DLC they made, like for example, episode of Dachi. Like, you could argue that it's one of their best DLCs, even though it's not really an Atlas DLC. It's more like an Arxis DLC.
Yeah. I'll say Arxis is bad. In the other hand, with DLC, because like they sell like color swaps and shit like that for outrageous money. I'm like, what the hell? That's a lot of money for just that. You seen that? Have you seen the outrageous amount of money that they charge for
like fucking
the color swaps? It's just colors. It's just different colors.
The color swaps, the glasses. Well, like
yeah.
All right, the glasses I can understand because it's a bit hard to put pixelated glasses on already existing pixel art.
Yeah.
And animate every separate frame, but like color swaps, okay. I guess I can also justify that because it's not like you can just change the hue like some pixels, you know.
Yeah, I get it to an extent, but they're also really expensive. Like I'm like I will understand if it was like a different character altogether or something like that, or like a different outfit of a character, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just a color swap. I don't know. There's something just doesn't sit right with me about that. I just feels kind of odd about it. I'm like, oh man, I just don't like it. But no, I get it. It does take some effort into like animating stuff, and I think some people don't get enough recognition for that too. Like with the developers and everything, it takes time. Yeah, it takes time to make things to work, and I'm sure you know all about it because you do some renders and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
How do you do the renders, by the way? I actually don't. I always wonder, but I never ask you.
It's the program I use. It's called like XNA Posing Studio, It uses the XNA format.
So, did you get the character models from somewhere, or did you just
I get
make
them. I
them
get
your
them
own?
from. I get them from DeviantArt.
Oh,
Like ports of like the official dancing models. Yeah.
oh, really? Oh, interesting. Okay, so
Yeah.
you get those models, and then you get to edit them in the software.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I've made a few. I made a few mess mods myself.
I see, I see. Yeah, I saw one that somebody had like an OC of the character, and it was
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
like
it was-
Yukiko or something. It was like a
yeah,
pink-haired
yeah,
Yukiko.
it looked like Yukiko because like their hair matched their OCs, so that's what I used.
Ah, okay. Did you make that?
Yeah, I made that.
Ah, okay. I saw it the other day. I didn't know who made it or anything. I was just like, I saw it. I was like, it's like Yukiko, but pink hair, and he had
Yeah.
like the Persona 3 outfit or whatever.
Yeah, the Persona 3 school uniform.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That was you. I didn't know. I just saw it. You see what happens is, I'm not on Twitter all the time, so
Yeah.
the first like 3 things that I see on my timeline, that's the only 3 things that I see, and then I close it and I just go about my day, and then I pull it up again, and now I only see like the first 3 posts that are on the Twitter homepage. That's the only one that I see. So like I'm not constantly scrolling or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be scrolling all day. Like sometimes I just don't have time to like
I understand.
scroll
I
down,
understand.
like like school and work and everything. And I'm like, I just don't have the time for that. So
Yeah.
so I just leave it alone. I don't worry about it or anything. It's whatever. I enjoy looking, but sometimes like it's not good for your mental health. Like it's just a lot of things happen on Twitter, and like it's like crazy stuff sometimes. Yeah, like and then sometimes it's just not good because you're not productive with like other stuff. Like if I don't sit down and do my work, for example, I just sit down on Twitter, I'll be like, oh shit, I should be focusing right now on other shit. I don't know how you feel, because I know you just straight up go offline whenever you go to school or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know you post there like, I'm out of school or whatever. Like I figured you were just not in Twitter the entire time.
Like I'm starting school in like 2 days from now,
Oh yeah.
so I won't be on Twitter as much as I used to be during summer vacation.
Mm-hmm.
I'll still be active whenever I'm able to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I don't actually enjoy Twitter too much. But how's college? Did you just start it?
Oh no, I'm not going to college.
Oh.
I actually kind of like failed my finals, and I didn't score enough points to go to a college. So I'm going on a vocational school now,
Oh, okay,
which is
okay.
basically like a normal school,
Uh-huh.
but you only focus on the subjects you give on the finals. Like, for example, I give essay as one of the subjects in finals.
Mm-hmm.
But on my normal school, I used to do also history.
Mm-hmm.
That took a certain amount of time during, the time you spend on lessons. So I won't be doing history there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna spend like 2 years on that school, on vocational school, to
Mhm.
give finals again in 2023.
Oh, okay. I guess every country does it differently. So you have to take a long time to practice for that, or can you just retake them whenever?
Whenever, but I decided to go to a school to like focus on the subjects I give finals for more, rather than useless subjects that don't really matter in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like only the stuff that like I have to learn, that I need to learn,
Yeah.
like without any unnecessary bullshit.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I understand. So once you finish that, are you gonna try to go to college or?
Actually, focusing on going on art school too, because like I'm like chasing art as my passion, like
okay.
drawing.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you're gonna try to do that for
For
a
my
job?
future job, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like maybe open commissions one day, become a freelance illustrator,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be always cool. Yeah, I actually like I went to school for psychology, but then I regretted it because then I actually didn't enjoy it. So like, I thought I was interested on it. Like sometimes you get interested in a subject, That doesn't
Yeah,
mean that.
but then all of a sudden you're just not feeling it anymore.
Yeah, you're just not feeling it anymore. Like maybe like sometimes I'm into history, and I like read articles about like history and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool shit. But like, I will never be a historian or something. You know, what am I gonna do with that? All right. So like, I was like, oh, you know, I like psychology. I think it's a cool subject. So I went into psychology. I never really enjoyed it. I thought it was interesting, but I wasn't like, oh man, I can't wait to graduate and start psychoanalyzing people and like, you know, like doing help work or something like that. I don't know. I'm just not that kind of person. So like, it was really hard for me to kind of like get into the mood or anything. So I at the end I went back and got a certificate on graphic design. And I think I just regret not doing graphic design from the get-go. I think in your mind sometimes you talk yourself down. You're like, oh, you can't do that. You can't get a job with that or something like that. So like, I really regret not just going and getting the degree that I thought I wanted from the get-go. But it is what it is, man. But I really did feel like I just wasted 4 years trying to enjoy psychology, like to love it really. Which is, it was kind of disappointing. I get it, but now growing up and everything, I'm like, you know, like I feel like I just wasted time now. But it is what it is. Well, good luck with school, man. Good luck. I'm sure you're gonna get that done, and it's gonna do good. I think your art stuff, so you're pretty good with that. Yeah, you're looking to do like.
I remember one time, like someone said, "Wait, so you do renders, you edit videos, and you can draw? Like, what are you, a jack of all trades?" It's like I'm the IRL fucking wild card.
Yeah, there you go, dude. Yeah, as much as you have a lot of flexibility and everything, so there's nothing wrong with that or anything. It's always a good one, right? When you can do multiple things and everything. For example, I like to do music, but I don't have time for it. You know, like, cause I need like a good spot to like. Right now, my apartment is really small, so I don't even have space for like a keyboard. Like I wanna sit down, like I wanna get a keyboard. I even thought about doing like music covers for like Persona and stuff like that, but like I just don't have the space where I live, or like sometimes the time too. You have to find the time because it's time consuming. It's like when you do an art piece, you just don't sit there for 5 minutes and do it. Like like it takes some time to actually sit down and do it. So I think some people don't appreciate that. I seen that now a lot with Twitter. Whenever somebody is like, whenever somebody's doing stuff like the, you know, they do art and then they do commissions, and people expect to get a commission done for free.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm like, you do realize that these people had to put hours into making your commission, right? It's not just like they decided to randomly like sit down and do it in like 2 seconds or something. So I seen people say that, do that, and I'm like even on comments like, oh, did you do free commissions or just straight up steal the art or whatever? That always annoys me when people just steal art. I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. Or like whenever they use their art as their own art. Like I think I saw somebody. Who was it?
You mean tracing?
Well, no, yeah, like tracing or something. There was a big artist who is like a cartoon artist who did the Fairly Odd Parents.
Bush Hartman.
Yeah. I saw that he's stolen art sometimes, or like traced art, and then he charges like $300 for like for an OC or whatever. And I was like, not an OC, but like an art. And I was like, are you shitting me? Like, that's crazy stuff. Like.
Yeah, like Butch Hartman only got popular because of his concept of Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, which is, you know, like that's cool. Like he did some cool stuff, you know, like growing up and everything. But that's no excuse to being a dick about like stealing and everything, the art and everything. Like, that's crazy. I don't know. Like I don't know how even can somebody just think That's a good idea, especially with the internet now, because people catch you real quick.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, you see all the time when people are like, oh, they think you're real stick, and then they get caught, and you're like, yeah, like, that's crazy stuff. I don't know, it's just insane. How did we get here? We were talking about Persona 25th anniversary.
And sometimes you change the topic so fast, you
don't even know what the hell happened, right? Yeah, I don't know. I forgot we were talking about 25th. Oh, but yeah, did you have any other games that you wanted to see? Any wish list or anything?
Yeah, I guess a Persona 1 remake would be nice. You know,
Persona 1
so
remake.
That people can, yeah, you know,
yeah,
so that people can actually experience it without complaining about everything about it.
Right. I think a remake will be good, especially if it's made like on the style of Persona 5, as far as like the graphics or something, or maybe like the gameplay style or something. I personally, I just don't like the gameplay too much. Like I'm the kind of person that I really need the gameplay to be good. Sometimes if the gameplay doesn't grab you,
I judge gameplay first, story, graphics, everything second.
Yeah. So like, so to me, like that, the biggest thing is if the gameplay is just no good, I feel bad about it because I really want to enjoy it, but then like the gameplay is just not grabbing me at all. And Persona 1 is really good, but I think the thing is they get bogged down by like the grind. Just like you just walk, you get a battle. You walk, you get another battle. Persona 2 is actually also really bad at that. I think it's worse actually. But I don't know. But the gameplay just doesn't grab me too much. But the stories are great. Persona 1 and 2 have really good stories, and like especially Persona 2, like I will almost dare to say it's a hidden gem within the Persona games because it's really really good. Like the characters are great, and I feel like if people play the game now, like they will still really love it. But there's so many people that don't even want to touch them because of the gameplay or because of the way they look, because they look old, you know, so to speak. And I know it's hard for some people to just acknowledge older games. And like that's not just for Persona, that's for everything, I think. And nowadays, everybody is so used to remasters and remakes and everything that people are just like, oh, I'll just wait for the remaster. You know, I'll just wait for the remake. Stuff, and they never come, you know, like sometimes you're like so like I'm hoping that they do something like that. Atlus knows that works because they done a few remasters now, right? Well, not really remaster, but at least ports. They did Persona 4 Golden, the PC port, and that sold well, so they know there's a market for that. So I'm hoping they get that done. I'm pretty sure they will get some cool stuff. I personally would like to see every game just ported over, maybe some enhanced, you know, textures or something. But that's about it. I don't really have any crazy fantasies about like getting remakes, or I know some people get in the internet and they're like, oh man, a Persona 3 remake or Persona 1 remake. I'm like, as long as we get the ports, I think are good. But I don't know, remakes and everything. I don't know how much Atlus is willing to put into that, because that's a lot more work. That's just basically remaking the whole game again. So I don't know if they're willing to put that money and time into a remake for a game. I don't know. I don't think they will. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can go ahead and wrap it up here if you want.
I mean, yeah, I have no objections here.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
It was a pretty good talk.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. I'll announce this sometime this week, and we'll post it and everything. But appreciate you coming back. It's been a lot of fun talking to you and talking about.
I mean, we can do this again. We can do this again if you want to. I'm always free.
Oh, of course, yeah. Once I'm done with this series that I'm doing right now, which is like a one-on-one with people and everything, I'll get back to the regular podcast that I do. I'll be happy to have you as a guest again.
Yeah, sure. I'll be happy to come back here.
Awesome. All right, man. Thanks so much for coming by. Thank you, everybody, for watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.